Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for episode 9 of Kujira no Koro wa Sajo ni Utao, or Children of the Whales. So, yeah, my favorite show of the season. This one was... God, it was damn good. It was like, so close to being something that I would say is my favorite episode, but I don't think it's quite there. It was super, super good, super emotionally charged. The music behind it, the soundtrack was incredible. But yeah, it's very, very close to what I would consider a perfect episode, with a few little faults here and there I have. But either way, let's go through and discuss this thing. So starting at the very beginning, we have Masuo. I think I called him Chasuo before, so sorry if I got that wrong. But Masuo is growing exhausted. All the people defending Falena are sort of hitting their limits. Kuchiba stands up to the soldiers, gives this great speech about the best waifu, Taisha, who sadly didn't last too long, but is saved by Masuo because he didn't really even fight him. He just swung a sword around and gave a speech. Got saved by Masuo. And Masuo, they take the mask off this person. He's like, somebody who can't even. What was it? Kuchiba's like, someone who can't even kill people without wearing a mask doesn't deserve to talk like this. Tears off the mask and it's a kid. And then Masuo freaking murders the kid. And I was like, damn, Masuo is a badass. Like, I guess only this am I seeing somebody kill a child and thinking, badass. But I thought it was great. I was just really getting into this episode. Oni's getting fucked up. He's getting slashed and stabbed all over the friggin' place. The Nibi goes on the attack. They have this teamwork assault, really well animated, really awesome. And then a predictable death. I've been saying for a while that Nibi's dying for Oni. It's been beaten over our head. Death flags all over him. Just, he is dying, and he is doing it quickly. Either that or he's going to jump into very important, almost main characterhood by doing something really cool. And, yeah, it was the former. It was the death. So he gets a predictable death, but still good. Predictable doesn't mean bad. I mean, sometimes it does, but usually it doesn't. Then that all happens. Oni uses Thamia in Anusa's chambers, so all the people of Skylos start flipping the flip out. And he ends up cutting Skylos itself, or is Skylos Olivines? Or is Skylos just the lump of flesh, and Olivines is the alien lolly waifu that is part of that? Who knows? Noose are confusing. This world's confusing. We need more info, but the mysteries make it more appealing, and kind of draw me in because I'm waiting for those explanations, you know. But yeah, I love the design of what happens though, where it's like all these limbs, it looks like limbs and flower parts and whatever start growing all over the ship from the cut noose. I thought that was really, really cool looking. It made for an awesome design. Lycos gets knocked out for a short while. Oni has a vision, and the art during the vision he has, and we've seen these sorts of things before, the goodbye visions for characters dying. But this one doesn't really feel out of place because it reminded me of the vision that Chakuro had just a few episodes ago when he met Emma. Also, are Emmy or Nettie and Emma the same person, or are they two separate people? I'm still confused. I think they're two separate people. But Nettie apparently knew about the noose this whole time, even though she seems she didn't. And Emma seems to be like this weird special noose creature. Very confusing. And why do they look human but Olivines looks not human? So many questions. So yeah, art was incredible there. Chakuro then meets Olivines, or Olivines, or whatever. And she is the cute alien waifu this whole time. At least I think Olivines is the one we've seen this whole time that got cut across the face and all. Or maybe there are two identical alien waifus. How the hell am I supposed to know? But Olivines meets Chakuro and says, hey, give me some emotions for Arthropos. So we get that name, the Great Noose Arthropos. Give me some emotions for Arthropos and I'll give you the Kakalo. And if the Kakalo and Emma come together, it'll take Falena to the next level. So who knows what all that means. Says that emotions and pain are bad pretty much. And hey, we can rewrite things. Just get rid of your emotions. So with this sort of speech, it kind of makes me think that this is how the noose ended up I don't want to say enslaving, but the Noose ended up sort of getting their emotions from this country of people that we see. That they just sort of seduced them into it by saying, hey, without emotions you can live a pretty comfy life. Get rid of that pain and all that. But Chakro has a great speech about how we need all that because pain and suffering are the record of our lives. Good record keeper speech. Chakro is great. And he gets given the Kokalo anyway because, hey, you said a cool thing, so we're going to give you this thing and see what happens because it's interesting. One of those kinds of deals. Skylos collapses into the sea as the remainder of Chakro's group sort of sails back. It was a really beautiful scene. I like the way the sandstorm is clearing and all the people of Falena are watching on. The soldiers on Falena just say, the ship's gone and we're not living here, and they just walk off into the sea. I guess none of them have that self-preservation instinct without emotions. So they just walk off into the sea. And Oliveness is there in the sea too, looking up at the sky and stuff, and then sinks down into it. And I have no idea what Oliveness is doing, but I don't know if we'll see them again. Just great. And how are they connected? How did she give that vision to Chakro? It's so confusing. It is really so confusing. And I think that's kind of great. I think it's great that I'm this confused because I want to watch and find out what the hell the Noose are and what are they doing and how are they connected and all that. But yeah, and why do they each have child waifu things like Neri/Emma for the one, and so Falena has Neri/Emma, who I think are two different people. They're twins, maybe. And then on the other hand, Skylos had Oliveness, and I think, Oliveness didn't have the scratch on her face when she was talking to Chakro, but I think she was the same one that was cut across the face. It's all so confusing. But yeah, episode as a whole, I thought it was a great episode. It was really, really enjoyable, super emotional. Almost cried there, had to hold back. But I thought it was also kind of weird and confusing. I have talked about that a lot this episode, and it was a lot more weird and confusing than a lot of the other episodes have been. And then as I was writing down some thoughts on the episode, I was watching the promo for next week's episode, and was that Leodari waking up? It looked like one scene was Leodari waking up. How? He fell into the sand sea. If that is him being alive, then I have no clue what's going on. Yeah, I thought he was totally dead. But it's a really cool world, as I say every week, and I really want to see more now because of all of these questions. So I actually think it was a good decision making me all confused, because now I'm just even more invested. But yeah, one thing about the episode that I'll leave us off on, the music was particularly great. Throughout the episode, so many scenes had really good soundtracks. So I would give the episode for a score. Not going to give it quite a perfect score. I'm going to give 9.5 Kokolo out of 10, just because the confusingness of it, and I felt like Nibi's death it seemed maybe a little rushed here and there. It seemed like they were just running through things kind of quickly with that fight. So just some small little issues like that is what keeps me from giving it a perfect score. But 9.5 Kokolo out of 10, because I like saying Kokolo or Kokalo. I don't know, it's just fun to say. Kokolo. 9.5 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more Children of the Whales, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff with the channel. If you want a link to our Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Kokolo.